You think that people find you more attractive every time you have more followers. So you know how to stimulate everybody's pleasure center.
But that's why I actually as well say that my audience is my influencer.
But that's actually what you do in normal life.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't mean this rude, but how fake is my jet setter? Do you use Photoshop?
I do use Photoshop Lightroom to enhance colors. And I also sometimes Photoshop some nice things. But I think that's also part of why I'm a content creator as well.
Welcome to Life Unlocked with Jet, where we talk about how you can become a high-ticket freelancer, live the laptop lifestyle, all things digital marketing, and of course also all the failures and lessons that I've learned in my journey becoming a self-made millionaire. I hope you enjoy and follow our podcast.
We heard about pleasure centers. We heard about that our pleasure center is easy to manipulate if we are confronted with what other people like. We've learned even that we find somebody or something or a picture even if it's of a couple of cups, more attractive when they have more likes. And then we heard there's no evidence at all that Tinder plays any role in a successful love life. Before we get to your questions about all these stuff and start and talk further, I would like to introduce our another two guests for the panel. First of all, Mariette van Wijk. Please give her a hand. Can you tell us, you're on Instagram, how many followers do you have?
Yes, I reached now 30k followers. I think it took me around 2 years. Yeah, and I'm really happy that I can share all my travels and passion with my followers.
Yeah, and do you think that people find you more attractive every time you have more followers?
I guess, that's science, that it works like that. So it's also something I see when I post a picture that performs well with my audience, that more people like it, then it goes way faster viral than a picture that I know would perform less. So in a sense, yes, that really, does
So
affect.
you know how to stimulate everybody's pleasure center.
Well, I do know what my audience prefers, of course. I mean, that's something I found out while posting, what performs well, what doesn't perform well. So that's why I actually as well say that my audience is my influencer. Mm-hmm. As in a way, I know that pictures without me in it, so I'm a travel blogger, if I would post a landscape, it would perform less because I'm not in it. And things like this I started to change as well. Because the content I create, change.
Yeah, and is there a Mariette setter and is there also a Mariette van Wijk? Are there almost two different people?
I guess more or less it's the same person. I also created a different profile now actually, where I just share some selfies and different pictures. But yes, of course, I know now that if I have a picture here in shooters, I'm not going to post that on my Mariette setter page because it just doesn't relate to that audience and it's just something totally different.
So if you post a picture of you in a bar in Leeuwarden and go, meh.
Yeah, it won't perform at all.
But that's actually
for
what
me
you...
as well, it doesn't fit with my,
but it's actually what you do in normal life.
Of course, yeah.
So, I don't mean this rude, but how fake is my jet setter? Or how real is Mariette van Wijk?
So...
Is it sometimes confusing yourself as well?
Well, not really, because always in my stories, I'm really honest about what I'm doing. I share also the not that great parts of my life. It's just what I'm doing, of course, is sharing my life. So I do share pictures of going out, having fun, but I also talk about struggles in my business, when my website gets hacked. It's not all perfect life, I would say. It's just my life, and that's just what I share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you learn from Vasily? What are you going to learn from his talk to do on your Instagram?
I mean, I guess a lot of things. I think it was really intriguing. I also watched some of your TED Talks, and I think it's just a really interesting subject. I think it's also about educating your followers so that what you actually share, there's also a sense of honesty and realness behind it, and it's not always...
Do you use Photoshop?
I mean, I do use Photoshop Lightroom to enhance colors, and I also sometimes Photoshop some nice things, but I would never Photoshop my body, and also I use disclaimers for that. So, if there's a picture and I go somewhere and there's a really beautiful background, but the sky wouldn't fit in that much, maybe I would, enhance the sky with colors. But I think that's also part of why I'm a content creator as well, to make it look you know, as it was there. Because, you know, sometimes you get somewhere, you take a picture, and it looks way better in real life than in the photo on your phone. And I think there's a difference between entirely changing the whole background or the location and lying to your followers than just enhancing colors and playing with things like that.
Vasily, do you think she is a very good stimulator of the pleasure center? Not on a personal level. Like
I mean, I can say that my wife is an ideal stimulator of my pleasure center. So, so I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, but the way she talks about it, she knows what the audience wants. She knows what she has to do to a picture to get more likes, to get the followers.
I think it sounds very professional. So the most important part here is the goal of the blog, and if it's a travel blog and it's done for good, I think it's a great opportunity to promote some ideas.